Hello, interwebs friend. Just wanted to introduce you to my man cave recipes. Man meaning human, not male or female. But basically, this is ingredients that are coming from the refrigerator, like the jarred things here you see, minced garlic and ginger, as well as the frozen chicken that you can use, and then you can shred it to what it is right now. You can defrost it or throw it right into the pressure cooker. And that's the beauty about the pressure cooker. So these are things that you should have around. Take a look at my ingredients page on Sugar Ray's Cooking website, just so you can see what kind of products you can buy to kind of make these kind of recipes. All right, man cave recipes. Okay, here we go. We got the vegetable oil, and we're gonna put in, 3 to 4 teaspoons, excuse me, into there, so we can go and saute it. So just FYI, I did turn it on. I have a power pressure cooker, so all I have to do is put in how many minutes. So I did 15 minutes, and it automatically goes to high. All right, so this is what that one pot cooking is, and then so that's 3 to 4 teaspoons of oil. I use vegetable oil. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I could have swizzled it around, kind of spread the vegetable oil. But since I'm starting with the chicken, this is a third of that rotisserie chicken that I've hand pulled. Right? I like that. I like the presentation of that. You could definitely cook it and then, kind of pull it with claws later on. But I like that. So you see, I'm just quickly stirring it, making sure that it's not getting stuck on the bottom. And then I'll start adding the rest of it. Now this is the jarred minced garlic. What I actually did is I put the I opened up half of the pot, so the garlic is going straight to the bottom of the pot. I put the chicken towards my side just so I can saute a little bit. Again, 3 to 4 teaspoons, right? Those were kind of small. So when I say 3 to 4, it's if you're heaping or not heaping, right? And then I'm gonna go and add 3 to 4 heaping. These are heaping. Look at how much I have of the jarred ginger, and I put that on top of the chicken because it's a little more sensitive, right? So I could have easily sautéed all of this in the beginning, but I'm just showing you how I do it, right? When I say in the beginning, like separately. So now I'm mixing it all, right? So the garlic got a little bit of heat on it. Now I got the chicken on top of it, and I got the ginger, and I'm quickly moving it around so nothing gets burnt. At this point, you are really trying to smell those ingredients. You're trying to, you want to get the aroma of the garlic, and you want to get the aroma of the ginger. Ginger's going to definitely be stronger, right? As you can tell, this is going to be, every time I saute something and these kind of flavors, it's going to be, or these kind of ingredients, it's going to be 2, 3, 4 minutes. And what I'm getting here really is the aroma. I just want to make sure. So that was pretty quick. That was like about a minute, right? I'm letting it sit there. I'm pretty comfortable now that it's not going to burn. I could easily unplug it now. You'll see me, I'll say unplug it, just because, you could take your time. You don't want to rush. When you unplug it, it's just going to, slowly get a little bit cooler, and you can plug it back in when you're ready, right? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm grinding about a teaspoon of pepper. And again, this is just a starter. You always want to have less than more because you don't want to overpower it. So this is right now, I'm showing you a teaspoon. It's just a flat teaspoon of fresh ground pepper. And then you're going to see me stir it a little bit again, just making sure it doesn't get burnt. Now, if it was unplugged, I wouldn't have to even, really do this until after I put in the rest of the ingredients, right? So these are just little tips and tricks. So, total time, again, when I say 3 to 4 minutes, this is what I'm talking about, right? I got 1 cup of rice, medium to long grain. I'm going to put it on top of the meat. Very important. Don't put it directly on the pot, right? And then I'm going to put it quickly 1 cup of water. So now I'm not worried about anything getting burnt, right? I could take my time. And now you're going to see a 1 to 8 ratio. So that was the first one. And now you're going to see the rest, the 7 cups. So 1 plus 7 equals 8 cups of water. And that's how it's going to go. I'll time lapse this from this point forward. All right, here we go. Last cup, 1 to 8 ratio. This is 8 cups of water total. 8 cups of water total. So now I'll go ahead and stir it up. Well, I put my ingredients, teaspoons in there, get the last bit of those ingredients in there. And now I'm going to go and stir it up. Watch that water line. You see that water line? that big line that you see in the pot, you could actually do double batch. Probably more 1 to 7, 1 part water, 1 part rice and 7 part water to get to that line. But you can definitely do that. So here we go, 3 to 4 teaspoons, preferred to your taste, as an ingredient, and mixing it in there. And then again, I'm going on the less is better right now, and I'll go ahead and stir it up again, making sure that it's all loose on the bottom and things like that. You don't want the rice to be on the bottom when it's starting to steam. From this point on, I'm getting ready to finish the cook, which is putting the lid on and closing the valve, setting it to 15 minutes. And then we will sit and wait until everything is all ready to cook and show you what it looks like on that next step. So I just wanted to show this because I call this a beginner recipe. If this is your first time using the pressure cooker, this one happens to be a power pressure cooker. You see those turning lights? That means that inside your pressure cooker, it is actually steaming up your juices, your water. And once it gets to a certain pressure, then your timer will start just like that. On this specific cook, there's a lot of water to boil, so it took about 10 to 15 minutes. Don't worry. I just wanted to show you this because that's what I realized. That's what I had to, kind of witness or experience when I did my pressure cooking, all right? So less things to boil, the faster it'll start the time. All right, we're into the 15 minutes. Timer's gone, and I'm going to release the pressure. This is what they call a quick release. I use my hand because I know how mine operates. I definitely would recommend a ladle or at least a towel so you don't burn yourself with the steam. But look at this. I put it directly under my range hood, so the steam and the smells can go into the range hood. But this is Arroz, so I mean, you could easily have it opened out and have the whole house smell like Arroz, which is not a bad thing. Just again, a quick tip. I push it all the way back under the range hood, and then I go ahead and release the steam. And then from that point on, I just kind of serve it out, serve it under here, or serve it somewhere else. But here's another trick too. When you open it up, tilt it. Tilt it where the heat doesn't expose or the steam doesn't expose under your hand. Okay? Because the steam is hot and it can burn under your hand. So just go and tilt it real quick. Let the steam escape, and then shake the water / steam back into the pot, right? And then you pull it out. So this is the first look after 15 minutes. You stir it, and it looks thin, it looks watery, right? But the magic here is you wait 10 to 15 minutes. So I'll set a timer, but you wait 10 to 15 minutes for it to thicken up a little bit. Okay, this is the 1 to 8 ratio. Imagine what a 1 to 7 ratio would be. That's 1 measurement of a cup of rice to 7 or 8 measurements of water. Okay, you'll know what you want, and going forward, you'll be able to handle that. So now I'm gonna go and taste it, just see what it tastes like, right? Because this is man cave style, so I used everything from the jar and from the shelf. So but the thing is, I'm tasting it just for personal to see where it's at. But remember, you still got that 10 minutes where it's still going to go and open up those, get the rice a little fatter, thicker, fluffier. So don't add anything now. Wait. Okay, just wait for it. The things that I will add, though, is patis, and I will add pepper. Okay, and the way I'll approach that is I'll add a teaspoon of patis, stir it, and then if I don't like it, I will add a half a teaspoon or a quarter teaspoon of patis. I don't want to overpower it. And the same for the pepper. I'll add a teaspoon of pepper at first, and then from that point on, a quarter teaspoon additional. Okay? So here we go. This is 10 minutes into it. I don't know if you can tell the difference. You can rewind it. It's thicker now. All right? The consistency is definitely thicker. It'll still get a little bit more thicker, but this is prime. 10 minutes is prime where you're pretty much there. Another thing you got to realize too is when you're actually warming it, and when you're serving it, it's getting warm. The water and the juices are gonna, they're gonna cook down, right? That equals thicker as well. So just realize that. That's the reason why I go 1 to 8, because it's gonna keep warm, and then I just know that. So just realize that's why I say 1 to 7, 1 to 8. Do what you feel like is right, and then now I'll go ahead and do that algorithm / formula of how I actually try and go and taste it and see if I want to add things. Now this is cooking. This part is the taste is part of the cooking. When people go to your house, they know what the flavor is, right? No one can really know that. That's why I would say And people say, my mom's cooking. My mom's cooking. Because their mom has shown them, or somebody in the past who cooks with them, is trained them to what it's supposed to taste like. And hopefully, and you know who those people are, right? You know people that just cook and they really love cooking, and you look forward to seeing them. And I'm just saying this, right, as a joke, as a funny. You love seeing them and they cook something, but you may not love their food. But then there's people that when you ask them, what did you bring? What did you bring at the potluck, right? Filipino style, not Filipino style, but potluck style. So just know these things. I'm getting long winded here, but I say that because you can really ruin a dish if you add too many ingredients at once, and then don't know when to add it. Again, it's cooking, right? It's ingredients that have to mix together. Now, again, this is the man cave style, right? So usually you should have these in your fridge. I always have lemon around because it's the things that I cook with, and you can use it for a lot of different things, right? So that's always the best. But you should have this in your fridge as well. When you make things like sinigang and all that kind of stuff. And then I have this container that I just relabeled, but it really is the fried garlic that you get at an Asian store, and it'll last forever. And those are the toppings that I'm gonna put on. So of course, if I had freeze dried green onions, would be the best. But we're just gonna go ahead and we could always add things like minced onions that come in like this container, which as you saw in the beginning. But these are just things, again, they're just freeze dried, right? So a couple of tips and tricks. All right, making a quick bowl, scooping it out. I'll do a 2 scoops just to show you what the action we got going on here. All right, look at that consistency. Okay, and then I will add a couple of drops. Just a couple of drops of lemon, fresh lemon batter, but and you're gonna put them in quarters when you do the professional series. A couple of sprinkles of the garlic. Of course, if I had green onion, I would put that on there. And let's taste this stuff. I mean, when you have that lemon and garlic in there, that's really the flavor. Man. Telling you, no one would know. Look at that chicken. Look at that rice. No one would know. Ooh. All right. So you saw that picture. I put a little bit of saffron on there at the end, right, as an option, because I had it in there. And it changed the color. Look at that consistency. Then another 2 minutes. Just put the top back on and put 2 minutes in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and taste it. It should have a little bit of bite to it now. A little bit of spice. I'm not a spicy eater, right? So look at that, though. Okay, look at that consistency. Wow. Man, that made a difference. All right, so hopefully all this helps, and you can see how you could make this porridge relatively easy with stuff frozen and things like that, and things that you should have. And look at my ingredients page on the website if you can to see what these products are. No one endorses me, but as you can tell, flavor's flavor, and I want to help everybody out. I want to show it's been sitting out here on warm for about 30 minutes now, and I was trying to show you that the water is going to go ahead and dissipate a little bit, and the rice is going to get a little fluffier, right? And look at the consistency now. Now, this is what I would call great target consistency. And this is when this is 30, 45 minutes down the line. I kind of serve this as an appetizer sometimes, so that would be perfect. But if it's part of the entree component, right, you're going to have to either add water or turn off the heat once in a while. So just keep that in mind while you're serving. But man, does that not look like some Arroz Caldo? Again, this is man cave style. Stuff that's in your shelf, or refrigerator, or frozen. All right. Mabuhay, aloha, Web's friends. Hope this helps.